again. So like I was saying, we're printing the 2 minute bearish gap at the moment after a bearish market structure shift on both assets. Am I going to take this trade? No. So let's say, for example, price didn't just close in that gap. Let's say price actually created that gap after the bearish market structure shift. I'm not going to take that short simply because this run on buy stops is just internal range. We're looking for the more significant buy side liquidity. So when I'm looking at a rate on buy stops or sell stops, I'm always looking at the 15-minute highs and lows, not the 1 minute. Okay, we've got these relative equal lows right here, and below these lows is a 15-minute buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So we want to see price respect this imbalance, trade above buy side, and then create our sell model because we have the bearish bias. But like I say, anytime I see a displacement lower like that with a gap that ends up mitigating a higher time frame opposing gap, that to me just looks like a manipulation to engineer more buy side liquidity. So we're printing the 5 minute. Let's say we get a displacement below this low. If we generate a low, I'm not going to take that short. I would want to wait for a mitigation on the 5 minute and then run out these internal buy stops and then get a sell model, because now the 5 minute would have been activated. So if we displace lower after the 5 minutes being activated, then we can look for a short. But what I want you guys to understand is that whenever you get a sell model after a higher time frame liquidity sweep on buy side, for example, if we pull back into a 5 minute displacement, like, is this displacement or not? Like a real gap like that, then any short like that, it's just, especially with a 15 minute as well. But I want you guys to also realize that being flat in the market is also putting in work, not getting in every single setup that you see. That's the displacement that we want to see, team. So if we get a gap here, I'm going short, stops at that high. I mean, to be fair, yes, does still have a gap because it's still got like the 2 minute and the 1 minute. Like it's got this 2 minute unmitigated, which I guess is part of the displacement lower. So okay, team, I'm short there. Come on, bro. Let's place the fucking buy stop.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay then. Wow. Also, if you wish, you can't take full TP below that low there. Personally, I'm going to hold for the 30 minute. That's if we displace lower. And then obviously after this trade, I'll just be done for the day, team. This is the A plus setup that we have been waiting for. SMT a previous day high. This clean displacement, no opposing gaps in the way, no opposing SMT. So I'll happily take this loss. You might be thinking, well, AS on the right doesn't have a gap, but if you look out on the 2-minute chart, it does. So we only really look to confirm if the gap is on ES to confirm that ES has displaced as well. As long as the gap that exists on ES hasn't been mitigated at the time and when NQ creates the gap for entry. But it's all in the market's hands now. We just let the market do its thing. If it wants to run our stop loss, let it be. But this is an A plus setup at the end of the day. These are the setups that we should be taking. So we trail stops soon as the slow is taken at 11:21. Like I say again, guys, if you're happy with the profit below this low, feel free to take full TP there. Okay, nice. Obviously, full TP gets hit, that would be around 2.47 risk to reward. But I'm not looking at the risk to reward. I'm simply looking at price and what price has to offer. And I'm seeing this swing low as a clean draw, whether it's 0.8 or 3.5 or. I'm just looking at the cleanest logical take profit level. Because I know below this low exists a 30-minute unmitigated gap. But if price action wants to be poop, then just let it do its thing. Be done for the day. But so far this setup isn't bad price action. This is very clean price action. SMT a previous day high with mitigated new week opening gap. Had clean displacements to the downside. No opposing higher time frame gap in the way. Yes, we do have this 1 minute that we mitigated before the entry. But this is a 1 minute gap. I'm not looking at the 1 minute gaps. I'm looking at the 5 minute, the 15 minute. Okay, beautiful displacement. Like I say, if we take this low, feel free to take full TP. Personally, I'm holding for sell side. Okay, gonna chill stops to that high now. $22.75. So if you haven't taken profit at the sell side that we've just taken there, feel free to take full TP at the sell side and make sure that your stop loss is at that high. But yeah, this is the displacement that we've been waiting for, team. I'm going to cover my position there and take off 6 contracts. So I'm going to break even on the trade here. So I just had to take a partial.
Order filled.
But yeah, nice. So I'm break even on this trade now. Gonna actually take one partial below this low instead of closing fully there, because this trade has potential to move a lot. Because this is like an A++ setup, so. Okay, so let's see if. Obviously, if you guys. I'll recommend you guys closing fully below this low. If you guys, especially if you guys haven't already taken a partial. But definitely take around 80 to 90% off of your position below that low. But yeah, I feel like we're getting ready for a nice clean dump. Okay, you can close fully there if you wish, because AS has just tapped that low. Personally, I'm holding at break even. I think we are going to displace through this level. And I've already taken the A partial out of the market, so this is just a runner for me. I've already taken the bulk of my position off. Okay. Getting real close to TP2. Obviously, if you guys already haven't taken a profit, you guys should have done by now. I guess he has literally tapped that level to the tick. Just retested that daily Sibi there on NQ. Nice. Loving that rejection. But this is clean price action, guys. Like, this is the price action that we'll love. Like, you know that you're on the right side of the model, of the market, as soon as the model starts showing you displacements like that. So you're not going to trail stops to that high until we break the low. But if you've already taken a partial out of the marketplace, I consider maybe even taking a full position size, or totally fine if you guys want to hold a runner with me, but just make sure that you've closed the bulk of your position already. Okay, and that's a 3-minute Sibi above price and a 4-minute. But like I say again, like whenever you get a run on buy stops, like the more significant that the run on buy stops is, the more displacement that you will see if you are on side. For example, a previous day high sweep versus a 5-minute buy side sweep. Clearly the market's going to move way faster with more displacement than if we swept a 5-minute high. Also look at the bodies there, that new week opening gap. Perfect. Okay, let's see. But look, we've been patient since 8:30 a.m. We have seen a couple models that we have decided to not take because they were mid setups. And then almost 3 hours later, we'll finally get the sell model that we're looking for. But I like how we've generated these clean equal lows now. Should run a lot. Mitigate that 3-minute now as well. Okay. Mitigate the 5 minute there on NQ. Nice.
Order filled.
Okay, I like how the body respected the gap there. Nice. Okay, we inverse that gap there on NQ. Right, okay team, stopped out there at break even. That is me done for the day. Nice and clean trade. Nice bro, nice. Make sure to drop your profit shots inside of the VIP wins channel, but I will do the trade recap and also drop the highlights of the session inside of the I'll drop it in the trade recordings channel. But other than that guys, done for the day. I'll see you all inside of tomorrow's live stream.